When I first heard That's the Way by Led Zeppelin, it opened my eyes to how interesting and creative music is and can be, causing me to dive deeper into music as a whole. Everybody has their own interests that introduce them to new hobbies that help in exploring and shaping who they are. Music has been a big part of my life, and for the last 7 years I've learned how to play different instruments and write music as well, making my love and appreciation for music even stronger. Everybody has their own interests that shape them into who they are. For example, my love for music has led me to find my own hobbies that I enjoy, like playing guitar. Today I will be discussing how as a child outside influences made me appreciate music, and how being involved in extracurricular activities opened my eyes to my hobbies. From a young age, I had a lot of influences around me that helped me learn how to appreciate music and form my own taste in music. Me and my dad were always very close. He always showed me music when I was younger, some of which I will admit I never came to appreciate. But most of it I always did. Sitting in the back seat of my dad's SUV playing air drums to different Led Zeppelin songs is something that happened very often. My dad loved all types of music. From the Beatles to Wu-Tang Clan, he loved it all. My dad would play different songs, and over time he would make me pick out the different instruments. There were times when he would even make me figure out the time signature of the songs. He taught me how to appreciate not just the song, but all the things that go into making a song, all the technicalities of music. My next inspiration when it came to music was my mom's ex-boyfriend. When he came into my life, I was just starting out in band in middle school. I knew I liked music and wanted to play an instrument, but I just didn't know what quite yet. When he was at our house, he was always playing his guitar and singing. He loved playing Clocks by Coldplay, which has always been one of my favorite songs, and I knew I wanted to learn how to play that on some type of instrument. He saw my passion and pushed me to learn how to play ukulele, and even bought my first ukulele for me. That is what kickstarted me loving music even more. When you have people in your life who care about you and can see when you are so clearly passionate about something to the point where they push you to do what you love, that can help you recognize your hobbies and interests even quicker and even stronger. Throughout middle and high school, I was involved in extracurricular activities that opened my eyes to how in-depth music really is. When I was in middle school, I started playing the clarinet. It was fun and I liked learning how to read music, but there was something about it that didn't fascinate me as much as I thought it would. I played clarinet for a couple months, then switched to playing percussion. I played drums along with the marimba and other smaller percussion instruments. I liked this a lot better than the clarinet. Then when I was in 7th grade, I got my first ukulele. I taught myself how to play, and that is when I fell in love with string instruments. That is also what led me to teaching myself how to play guitar a year later when I was 13 in 8th grade. I started out with acoustic songs like Nick Drake, then eventually I got an electric guitar and learned riffs. I did learn how to play Clocks by Coldplay as well, which made me very happy. Along with loving to play guitar, I also loved to sing, but I knew I wasn't very good at it. When I was a sophomore in high school, I had a music class that was taught by the choir teacher. We had to do an assignment where we sang a short part of a song for her. She saw my potential and immediately switched my schedule, so I was in her choir class. Joining choir is something that I think about often, and it was something that helped me improve my singing skills tremendously. I was able to do special events through my school with our choir. I will always appreciate my choir teacher for seeing that potential in me and giving me the confidence that I now have. This is how extracurricular activities can help you improve your skills and hobbies, even if you didn't realize you had them to begin with. Now that I have discussed how hobbies and interests are important and how you should embrace them, let's review the main points. Outside influences, especially when you are younger, are important because they open your view to things you never would have been interested in before and can make you realize how special things truly are. Extracurricular activities, whether they are in or outside of school, are a good resource to help you embrace your hobbies and get better at them. Embracing your interests and hobbies is something everybody should do and nobody should be embarrassed about.